Let's say you're a beginner and you want to lose some pounds immediately for health reasons or just because you want to start feeling better. You may go to Google and you start reading so many different things that tell you a whole bunch of different stuff for you to do. You end up feeling frustrated and you just quit because you have no idea what to do. And today I want to tell you a couple of just beginner tips that you can apply to your own life right now and start seeing progress immediately. Before I tell you anything, I want to tell you that when you first are starting out, you may become frustrated because you see a lot of different opinions, different suggestions, and you feel like you gotta do everything at once. The very first tip that's not actually a part of this is that don't feel pressure to do everything. Take a very small step and take baby steps along the way. What this will do is it will set you up for success, because people oftentimes set themselves up for failure by trying to leap forward too quickly or just do too much at once. That is why they fail before they even get started, because if you do too much from the beginning, you're gonna end up feeling frustrated, feel like it's too difficult, and just quit. And that's not what you wanna do. So start taking baby steps and start taking those baby steps in the right direction. And know that it should be slow progress, but that progress should be going into the right direction. So what's the first tip that you can do to start applying just these tips immediately and start reigniting your weight loss? The very first one is you want to prepare your own food or just bring food from your house to work or to wherever you may be going to. This is extremely important because nothing sets you up for failure more than leaving your house when you're going to work and just figuring out, where am I gonna eat today from? Maybe you're going to work and you have a long shift, so now you have to go to the pizzeria, to the deli, maybe it's the nearest restaurant, and just pick out the best choices for you. And you think these are the best choices for you, but in reality, they're not in alignment with your goals. Now, if you were to prepare these foods from work, or from home rather, and bring them to work, you will be a lot more accountable for them. Because even though you may think that you ate fine when you were not at home because you ate somewhere else, you have to actually know that you ate fine. And the best way to know this is by either preparing your own food from your house and bringing it with you, or if you don't like preparing food, just buy already prepared foods, maybe yogurts, fruits, vegetable salads, whatever it may be, and just bring it to work from your house, because you don't want to be left in a very hungry situation and then end up going to the nearest restaurant, the nearest deli, and buying whatever seems to be the most appealing to you. So the very first tip is just start preparing or cooking your own foods. This will immensely set you up for success, and you'll start seeing progress immediately, because you don't want to leave your house with being empty-handed and then just start buying things that seem the most accessible to you or the most the best choices for you, because in reality they will not be the best choices for you. The best choices for you are the ones that you prepare, because those choices you can keep yourself accountable for. Now, the second tip is everybody knows that you gotta have some kind of physical routine. Now, I'm not gonna tell you have to go to the gym every single day. I'm not gonna tell you have to start doing cardio every single day. What I'm telling you today are beginner tips. And the second beginner tip is you have to just take a step back and figure out what kind of physical activity you can do and do a little bit of that doesn't seem so frustrating or too forceful. I'll give you an example. If you just go from doing nothing to doing completely everything, let's say you've never worked out in your life and now you start working out 6 days a week, that may be too overwhelming for you. Maybe you'll become too sore, things will be too painful, and you just throw your hands up in the air and say, how am I gonna keep doing this for a long period of time? That's not the kind of mentality you wanna be in. You wanna start doing small things, small physical activities at the very beginning. I'll give you an example. Let's say it's going for a 20-minute walk, right? That seems like it's nothing, but over a very long period of time, that 20-minute walk will be a lot of progress over time. Instead of working out 5 or 6 days a week, pick one day throughout the week where you work out and just keep that day consistent. This way, it doesn't feel overwhelming. You don't feel like you're doing way too much, you're not too sore, and it seems very reasonable to you. So before you think you gotta do everything, just take a step back and do something physical, whether it's working out in the gym, going for a walk, doing a couple push-ups throughout the day. Whatever you feel like you can do, take baby steps and do that and keep that consistently. And speaking of consistency, the third tip is you have to have a routine. You absolutely need to have a routine. The most successful people that lose weight or they reach some kind of weight loss or just body transformations, they have routines. Now, this routine should be one that works around your lifestyle, because one of the other things that sets you up for failure is when you leave things up in the air. Let's say I'm gonna go to the gym maybe today. Maybe I go to the gym tomorrow when I feel like it, because you have no routine. Maybe I'll go for a 20-minute walk tomorrow if the stars align, if I feel like it, right? And this constant feel like it will add up over time to the point where you will never feel like it. And it'll drive back to your motivation. You'll never feel motivated. So what you need is to create that momentum. And the way you create that is by having a routine. Now, routine keeps you accountable. Now, when you first start making this routine, it should be very, very basic and very simple, because simplicity is key. You don't want to start yourself out being super overwhelmed. Now, when you first make a routine, it could be as simple as going for a 20-minute walk every Tuesday, getting a workout in every Wednesday, but make sure that this routine is sustainable for you and you keep doing it every single week or whenever it is that you make this for yourself. Now, what you can notice is that once you get this routine going, it becomes like second nature to you. Right now, you can start improving on this. And the way you can improve on this the most is by not doing too much at the same time from the very beginning. Because if you start doing way too much from the very beginning, you have no room to go from there, right? How are you gonna increase that if you're already doing way too much? Are you gonna work out 8 days a week? Are you gonna eat even less? That's not reality. So make sure you have a routine, but that routine is very simple and it's very easy for you. So you can increase that over time and get even more progress. So just to recap, the 3 tips that you can start doing today and just start implementing these tips into your life and start seeing progress immediately. Number 1 is you have to prepare or make your own food. Don't leave the house empty-handed and just go to the next store, next restaurant, and just start buying whatever you feel like fits your goals. That's not what you want to do. Number 2 is make sure you figure out some kind of a physical routine. It doesn't have to be workouts, doesn't have to be tons of cardio, but something that you can do and something that doesn't feel too stressing or too forceful to you, and keep that going consistently. And number 3 is make sure you have some kind of routine around your lifestyle. Make sure that routine is very simple, it's very manageable, but this routine should be set in stone, because this routine will keep you accountable and will drive away the feelings of motivation and start creating that consistency and that momentum that you want to experience. And remember that consistency is absolutely everything, and I'll see you next time.